My name is Christine Anderson. I am a raw milk producer here on Cast Iron Farm in McMinnville, Oregon.
In Oregon, small farms are allowed to sell raw milk, but the government bans them from advertising it anywhere. While pasteurization has its benefits, it can also alter the milk's taste and nutritional content. That's why consumers are increasingly turning to unpasteurized milk as a more natural alternative. But because of the government's advertising ban, finding it is another matter.
So I'm not allowed to put up an ad in my local health food store or take an ad out in the newspaper or go to a festival and promote our farm. When I have a new customer come, they can't even find the farm because I'm not allowed to put up a sign that says that, we are Cast Iron Farm and we're a raw milk dairy. How am I supposed to be able to make this business work if I'm not allowed to talk about it?
Because the penalties for violating the law are so severe, farmers have been forced to go to great lengths just so customers can find them.
Because of their advertising ban, I've been forced to list my farm on out-of-state websites, and I'm afraid that they'll construe that as advertising and shut me down.
I think that if I were able to talk about why we milk and how we produce our milk and the lengths that we go to produce our milk, that would actually make the consumer safer because they would be able to differentiate between milk that comes from a safe source and milk that does not come from a safe source.
Because Oregon's advertising ban makes it so difficult to reach would-be customers, raw milk farmers face the threat of having to shut down their business.
There are times when I have poured milk and filled jars and our fridge is just so full of milk that to make room for the next day's milk, I end up throwing that milk out or dumping it down the drain or feeding it to pigs, and it's not something that can then become income for the farm to support the farm.
Without this income from my dairy business, I would be forced to sell the farm within just a few months.
I love producing the products we produce for our community. I feel like I have a right to talk about those products, and I'm going to fight for that right. Isn't that right, Willow?